Definite aspects of it that are unnerving, for sure, and uncomfortable.
Which Twilight star's life was put under threat to maintain the vampire look? What actor was forced to date a fan? And why was Robert and Kristen Stewart's romance scripted by production?
No.
Time to spill the tea about every rule the Twilight actors followed to keep their roles. You have to look the part.
It's a mixture of insecurities.
How hard can it be to turn an actor into a dead creature with bloodthirsty eyes? Believe me, harder than it looks. The showrunners wanted to do justice to the saga and make it as memorable, thrilling, and spectacular as they could, which apparently entailed not only painful battle sequences, but mostly excruciating makeup routines and more makeup-related struggles. Before filming for New Moon started, Nikki Reed, aka Rosalie, gave an ultimatum to the directors. There was no way she was dyeing her hair again for the role. Reed told the MTV studio that Rosalie's look was dangerous and toxic for her health, saying, "My hair fell out. It took 36 hours initially to make me blonde, and every other day I was bleaching my head and skin." Thankfully, the directors realized the damage and agreed to wigs. And her co-star, Ashley Greene, or as we know her, Alice, was sweating wearing her fake hair in the movies. The actress could not let her own hair grow for years because of the iconic bob her character rocked. While her hair was growing longer, Alice's haircuts only got shorter. The struggle is real. Meanwhile, the boys in the cast had no excuses not to look the part. As per usual for a teen movie, all shirts had to come off, and that requires an impressive body physique. Taylor Lautner, Jacob in the movie, was almost replaced with another actor before he got his six-pack. Brutal! Now everybody keeps criticizing Taylor for putting on weight, but the guy did foreshadow his new look before the last installment.
Thing about my character that sometimes was annoying, and that's constantly have to take off his shirt.
It was only after the end of the saga that Taylor was free to live the life he wanted, yet criticism from the media never stopped. Now, if you want to know more about that, subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on the juiciest bits about your favorite celebs. Stay away from Kristen Stewart.
I actually kind of 100% agree with that.
Let's elaborate on this one, shall we? To get the perfect lead for one of the most talked about adaptations of the 21st century is tough. The directors had seen a lot before that one special chemistry read where Kristen Stewart snatched every other girl's chance to become Bella despite her young age. The showrunner, Catherine Hardwicke, asked Kristen and Rob to give it a go with a kiss to see if the two gave off couple vibes. One problem though, Kristen was only 17. Which meant production had to keep the scenes PG. And it seems like Pattinson crossed that line the very same moment. The actor got so carried away while performing the vampire's passion that the director had to have a talk with him. After casting Stewart in the role, Hardwicke had to ask Rob to take it easy with the underage actress for the sake of production. Wow, so everything we saw was a toned-down version? Cannot enter the set without a birth certificate. Believe it or not, that is exactly how things were run on the set of New Moon. And here's why. According to the original story written by Stephanie Meyer, Jacob Black, aka Werewolf Hot Mess, had to be a Native American of the Quileute tribe in La Push. In pursuit of the best way to adapt the books into an authentic live action, the showrunners decided to keep it real. To make sure the wolf pack fulfilled the description of the original story, the casting process had to follow the strictest selection criteria. Since the second movie, all actors who tried out for the role were asked to bring papers to their audition to prove their Native American heritage. 1 point for keeping it real. Everyone's replaceable? Is this one a bit on the nose if we talk about a history-making franchise? The truth is, despite being basically worshipped by fans, not a single lead actor was safe. In the world of Hollywood, thousands would kill for a part in the iconic saga, and for a reason. The directors of the movie made it clear. It was either their way or the highway. Did you pay attention to the cheeky and charming villainess, Victoria? Rochelle Lefebvre, who portrayed the revenge-thirsty vampire in the first two installments, was devastated to find out that she was kicked out of the movie before the third part. I was stunned by Summit's decision to recast the role. I was fully committed to the Twilight saga and to the portrayal of Victoria. A simple 10-day overlap with Rochelle's other role was not even a matter of discussion. The production did not hesitate to recast Bryce Dallas Howard in Eclipse instead. Seeing his co-star's fate, Robert Pattinson was terrified after his first warning to stop with improv on set.
Because I thought I was pretty safe.
Right.
And they flew up and they're like, yeah, you have to do the opposite of what you're doing now or you're going to get fired today.
Just imagine a different Edward Cullen. Support the saga despite its ridiculousness.
Tell us what was going on all the time. It was hard to wrap your mind around.
Now, let's take a deep dive into the not-so-romanticized side of the saga. Being part of the Twilight shooting process may have been one of the most desired experiences for many. Before the cast, it was more about playing along with the absurd plot holes. Whether you find the series ridiculous or think that it doesn't make sense, you'd better put a smile on and read your scripted lines. It was only later that the cast members were finally free to expose the uproar they'd been bottling in the entire time. Kristen Stewart did not hold back when talking about Bella and Edward in her Graham Norton interview, saying, "As soon as she becomes a vampire, they kind of ignore their duties. Instantly, they want a bone. It's the most ridiculous situation. Really? You just had a child. Really?" Meanwhile, Robert Pattinson didn't exactly praise the movies in his interviews either. Half a decade after the release of the last chapter, the Batman actor revealed that he was hella confused by the disturbing storyline in the last movies.
I had to give her a cesarean by chewing through a placenta, and I don't even know how to medical.
While Kristen and Rob shared their concerns over the story, Anna Kendrick, who played Jessica, revealed she wanted to leave from day one.
And I just remember being so cold and miserable.
And that's not even all. Kendrick felt like she survived a hostage situation, comparing her on-set experience to going through some trauma event. Filming comes first, no matter what. Important milestones? Forget about those. Signing a contract with Summit Production meant way more than just 9 to 5 working hours. It wasn't just the schedule, but the cast priorities that were also set by the directors. And for this reason, Bella's graduation was actually Kristen Stewart's graduation. Yep, you heard that right. Kristen was cramming her school homework in between scenes and taking her exams on set. The underwater actress was so committed, she even ditched her real graduation for a fake one on set. Kristen couldn't attend her high school ceremony and instead took a mock picture with an extra. Hard to say if it is sad or iconic. Let us know in the comments below. Eat up the pain the role requires.
5:30 in the morning when you're trying to you're poking your eye for 20 minutes, it's not the most pleasurable experience.
Filming in the rain and mud? Done it. Filming in 30 degrees while trying to maintain that pale vampire look? Strike that through as well. But what Robert Pattinson was not prepared for was those contact lenses that almost made the actor go blind. Robert was desperate, asking the directors to CGI his eyes. But clearly none of his requests helped. Wearing colored contact lenses, it was like I constantly had sand in my eyes, said the actor. It took me 20 minutes per eye every single day, and I ended up having to literally fold it into my eyeball. Sounds a tad dramatic, but the truth is, it affected Rob's acting. Instead of expressing emotions with his eyes, the star ended up with 2 orange blobs in his face. That's vile. Endure insane fans. The fans keep the show running, so whether you like it or not, you better learn how to deal with it. Twihart's devotion and obsession with the franchise is second to none, but boy did the fans cross the line many, many times. In fact, the fan base ordeal was the reason that Pattinson barricaded in his hotel room for days to avoid being ambushed. The actor was chased by fans asking him to bite their necks. Not the most pleasing encounter, am I right? Once, a fan camped outside of his apartment for hours, but Robert had the last laugh. The actor invited the girl to a dinner date and bore her to death with his made-up personality. "I just complained about everything in my life and she never came back." The poor fan's illusion was broken once and for all. Pretty impressive, Rob.
Yes, Robert, you go, boy.
Hey, if you are that girl watching this video right now, give it a like. Teen obsession is real, but Ashley Greene also had a weird fan encounter. The actress was actually proposed to, wait for it, by a couple.
"My husband wants to marry you," and I was like, "But you're married to him,"
Right.
is the issue. But she was willing to share.
Hard to decide which story is more terrifying. Keep all the personal drama off-set. It's no secret that tensions between cast members ruin the whole filming dynamic. And when it comes to the promotion of the movie, no production wants to be known for some petty scandals. Yet, some things cannot be predicted, am I right? Almost a decade ago, Rob and Kristen's ship was at its peak of glory. At the time, the two had not confirmed any rumors, although they had been dating since 2009. Kristen Stewart even admitted to Howard Stern in 2020 that she wanted to marry her former co-star. The most talked about couple was in the limelight until a third person turned up in summer 2012. Before the release of the final movie, Stewart was caught kissing Rupert Saunders, the director of the Snow White and the Huntsman action movie she was in. The affair with Saunders broke the director's family up. broke Pattinson's heart and put Stewart's career on halt for some time. Even Donald Trump could not shut up about it, tweeting, "Robert Pattinson should not take her back. She will do it again." The actress was slut-shamed across media platforms, yet none of it stopped the promotion of press meetings and interviews, talking about their magical on-set chemistry. The things we do to keep the cameras rolling. Do you miss the Twilight saga? Which character do you think deserved more screen time? Comment below, like the video if you enjoyed it, and as always, thanks for watching.